everybody. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone is doing great. I see we already have a couple of people in the chat room and stuff. I wanted to talk to you guys, and I see Mello's already joined us in the room. You want to say hi, everybody? Okay. So, hey, guys. So I see Cheryl and Mary and Porta and Robin and Carol and Trace and Trisha and stuff. How are you guys doing? I am going to start, okay? Because one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about this happy hour, oh Lord, he wants attention, is I wanted to talk to you guys about getting ready for the holiday rush that we're gonna have. Okay, this year, it's gone really, really fast. So we are already in September. So before you know it, November and December is going to get here before you know it. There are certain holidays that are like really super big for me. The holidays that really for me personally is really big is usually Mother's Day, Father's Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Those are really the huge ones. Throughout the year, I sometimes get, sales here and there, but those are really the times for me and my Etsy shop that I actually get a whole lot of sales that come in. Mostly because I believe it's because of the products that I offer. I do a lot of the kitchen towels and the dinner napkins. The dinner napkins, I totally understand because the month of November, you have Thanksgiving. And, last year, the way I saw it was, we were in the middle of this pandemic. A lot of people weren't going out. I know me personally, me and my husband, we usually do is we go out to restaurants for Thanksgiving dinner. We try the having Thanksgiving at home. It's not something that I like to do because, first of all, it's like, the way I see it is somebody gets stuck cooking, someone gets stuck cleaning, and sometimes it could kind of like end up not being a very enjoyable evening, okay? Especially when you're stuck in the kitchen, it's not really your thing. And then after everybody eats, you're stuck in the kitchen cleaning. So what works for us is for Thanksgiving, we usually go out to a restaurant and we have Thanksgiving dinner and we meet up with a whole bunch of friends. And that works really great for us because I don't have to eat turkey for like a whole month because there's like a whole bunch of leftovers. And at the same time, no one's cooking and no one's cleaning. So it's like I get to really sit around the table and enjoy the company of my husband and my friend and my son and our friends. And we have a really good time, and we can have our drinks and I feel like everybody's more relaxed. So anyway, I got off focus. So anyway, but Thanksgiving is usually a time when a lot of people like the dinner napkins because they like to dress up their tables. So I kind of always know that around those times, that time around November, that's usually when the dinner napkins are really a big thing and people actually look for it. So usually a month before Thanksgiving, which will probably be next month, that's usually when I'm going to start getting, a lot more orders for my dinner napkins. Okay. But, as I said, the time is coming, Thanksgiving is coming, Christmas is coming. It's the time for the big sales, to roll in. And I wanted to talk to you guys about certain things that you should really start thinking about now so that when the time comes, you guys are prepared. You guys can say, okay, I took the time to take these steps to make sure that, during the holidays and the Christmas that it's going to be a real success and stuff. So, if you have something like an Etsy shop or a website, like Shopify or whatever it is that where you advertise, I want to talk to you guys about certain things for you guys to think about, okay? Think about your photos, okay? Your photos is what is representing your product. If you are going online and you shop, when you go to Macy's or any other store, right? Even Amazon, first thing you notice is the photo. You want to make sure your photos are clear, that you take different angles, that you can really you show the product in its best light, okay? Because really, if you think about it, that's the first impression that a customer gets when they go to your shop. So if you have something like Etsy, and Etsy, I believe you have a number of photos that you can put in. Take advantage of as much photos as you possibly can. Now, sometimes you have a product where only one photo will suffice, and that's fine. But the thing is, if you're going to only put one photo, try to make sure that it's the best photo that you can take. Etsy also allows you to put videos, which videos in a way I feel kind of helps the customer kind of like get to understand your product a little better. So a lot of us, some of us do embroidery, right? So if you are making that particular product, try to take a short video of that product getting embroidered in your machine. That way, when the person is considering your product, they can actually see how you are making it, and they can kind of get an understanding of how, you know, this product is being created. So, you know, something to think about, you know, when you're setting up your shop. Okay. And I want to, you know, also some of these things that I'm mentioning to you is from my experience. I've had an Etsy shop for now about 3 years. Every year I feel that my Etsy shop has been doing better and better. It has been, you know, the profit, it has been growing. And you know, I just want to share some of the things that I do, and some of the things that I plan on doing this year as well, okay, to try to improve. Now, and I also want to share some of my experiences with you guys too, about some of the things that, you know, that I wish I had learned when, especially during the holiday season, about running an online store. Okay. So, you know, and right now I'm focusing on how you're listing your products. We talked about the photos. Let's talk about your descriptions. Make sure that, you know, when you look at one of the best things to do is go to other websites, okay? When you like and go to other websites like Macy's. Go to Macy's, go to Lord & Taylor and all that kind of stuff. Read the descriptions when you're looking at clothes or kitchen towels. Look for stuff that's similar to what you sell. Look at the descriptions and how they word it, okay? You know, sometimes you'll see like they'll say something fancy like, oh, this elegant blouse, or whatever, right? But see how they word it. See if you can do something very similar to that when you are creating your listings in Etsy or in Shopify or whatever platform you're using. So think about the photos, think about your descriptions, because remember, this is what is grabbing the customer. This is when the customer is looking at your product, you know, the picture is the first thing that they see visually. And then when they're reading the description, when you are describing the product and they're reading that, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be using their imagination to think about more of what they see. Okay. So one of the things that I advise that people do is look at how similar products that you are listing at your site are being described in other sites, especially sites where you see that they are actually selling it. You know, are they adding a lot of adjectives? Are they, you know, just talking about the dimensions of the and the material, how it feels and stuff like that? Look at all of that and see how you can incorporate it in your listings. Because the way I see it is, you know, this is how the customer is getting to know and even decide if this is something that they want to purchase. So you have to put the time in. And I really feel that this is really the time for you to really focus on all those things. Because believe me, when November and December comes and the sales start to roll in, it's too late. This is really the time for you to start preparing your shop, okay, for what is coming, all right? So it's kind of like you got to think about your strategy, okay? So look at your Etsy shop. Is your Etsy shop attractive? If not, you know, look at the photos. Do you have to improve your photos? So if that's the case, this is the time to do that. Look at every single listing individually and also read the descriptions. If the descriptions aren't that great, then this is the time for you to go ahead and really start to beef up those descriptions, okay? Make sure that your tags are correct. In previous videos that I've done, I showed you guys how I look for keywords and how I look for tags. use that method and look and make sure that all your stuff is tagged properly and stuff. So really, if you think about it, this is the best time to look at the health of your website, of all the products and your photos and your description, so that you can make sure that you have everything intact, okay? Also, look at your history of your sales, of what you have sold from when the beginning of the year till now. You'll kind of have an idea of what have been your best-selling items in your shop so far, okay? Those are the stuff that in my opinion, what I do is I kind of stock up on them. Now, I'm not saying go stocking up crazy, like you come on and, like I have a towel and I say, okay, I'm going to make 100 of these towels and I'm going to stock up. When I say stock up, for me, is I'll have like, especially one that I know is my true bestseller, I'll say, okay, this towel sells really, really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 5. And I'm going to have them all wrapped up and I'm going to have them stored. So that way, what happens is, as the sales start to come in, I can take one of those 5 and I can package it up and ship it out. And then at a later time, maybe later that same day, or maybe later on the weekend or whatever, I can replenish. I can recreate that towel and replenish the supply. Because the last thing I want is for me to have to stay up all night trying to create all these towels and stuff. Now, a lot of the towels that I already have that really aren't personalized, those are very easy for me to stock up. Because, so what I'll do is I'll do like 5 of each, and then I'll have them in a little stockpile. The ones that, of course, I'm not going to be able to stock up are the ones that I offer that are personalized. So because I know that there are going to be folks that do ask for those personalized towels, then what happens is I kind of free up my time so that when those orders come in, I can work on the items that are personalized. And then those towels that I get, the orders for the towels that I get that are not personalized, I can just ship them out and not really have to worry about creating those towels right now. I can just focus on, let me just create the towels that are personalized. I have those. And then once I'm caught up, then I can replenish those towels that I had stored in stock. So that's usually how I did it last year. It worked really, really well. I did do an error though. When I did my my stock, I didn't do as many as I should have. What I did was I said, okay, I know that this towel sold well, but what I did was I only made like 2. So what happened was, in like 1 week, I had an order of 4 of that particular towel that I only had 2 of. So at the same time, and you got to remember, I didn't have 2 machines. I only had 1 last year because I just got the second machine. So I'm hoping that the second machine will make it a little easier for me this year. So what ended up happening was, of course, the 2 that I had in stock shipped out right away, but then I could only do 1 towel at a time. So I had to replenish those, recreate those towels that I already had in stock because they were already sold. And then at the same time, work on the ones that were personalized. So it got really kind of a little hectic. Okay. And I ended up working a lot of long hours, and I'm gonna, I know that this is gonna happen again this year. And I got that, and I'm gonna have to mentally and physically prepare for it. However, though, because I know that I should have stocked in a little more for that particular, for certain items, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna do 5. So what'll happen is, I'll have 5, and then on Saturday, I'll just relook at all my inventory, see what I have, and then see how the sales are going, and then, start replenishing those things that I have a feeling or hunch that they're going to sell. Because the way I look at it is, especially those that I know I do sell a lot often, even let's say if I made 5 of those towels and I only sold 4 and I only had 1 in here, those are really one of my best selling towels. So what's going to happen is, even if I don't sell it by December, I truly believe that somebody by the end of next year, or in the future, they are going to buy it. So I know it's not going to go to waste. So I don't mind having that extra stuff there. So that's, I guess, I'm hoping that you guys have an idea of what I'm trying to convey to you guys. I know that it is kind of hard because sometimes, like we have spoken in the past, sometimes you can make a product and you put it on your site and you think that it's the best thing. And for some reason, you don't even sell one. It's happened to me. And then there have been times when I created something which I thought was pretty simple. I really didn't think anybody was going to want it. And I just put it on the site. And then before you know it, everybody wants one. And you're like, wow, okay. So it's kind of, can take you off guard. But you guys have to really look at the data and see what you've done this whole past year and see what sold and what didn't sell. And you kind of can have a pretty good educated guess as to what it is that you have to stock up on. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to make sure is inventory. Inventory is so important, especially during the holidays. Let's say that you sell a lot of shirts and you do a lot of heat vinyl transfer, or you do a lot of applique, and there's particular colors that you use for your applique and fabric, or glitter vinyl, or embroidery vinyl, or whatever it is that you use. Make sure that you have plenty of supplies. The last thing you want that's gonna happen is when you have an order come in and you ran out of supplies, and or you're in the middle of creating all these orders, and then you're loose on the supplies, and the next thing you know, you're like, great, now I have to delay shipping all these items because I can't make them because I have to order the vinyl, and the vinyl probably ain't going to get here for another week, and that's going to delay your shipping. Okay, so this is the time for you to really, like I said, look at your websites, look at your products, be honest, ask your friends and family to look at your websites too, and tell them, please be blunt. Okay. Or even go up to a stranger. I've done that. I have gone up to a stranger where sometimes I've designed certain products and I showed my friend and she says, oh, I think I like it. And then, we're leaving the restaurant and I'll just turn around and look at a lady and say, hi, I just need your opinion. Can you look at this? Do you like this design? How do you feel about this design? Would you buy that? I mean, I'm sure she probably looked at me like I was crazy, but you know what? I get honest answers, okay? Because then the lady kind of looked at it and she was kind of like, not really, and then I would be like, oh, why? And then she was like, oh, it's too colory or whatever. And you get feedback, so because sometimes, with family and friends, you got to remember, they love you, okay? They don't want to hurt your feelings. So sometimes they'll come out and they'll say, oh, it's great. And then they kind of like, oh, it's okay, but for somebody who doesn't know you, they have no beef in the game, okay? They're going to tell you whether it sucks or they like it, so, it's just something that I do and stuff. So, if you go to a restaurant and you see a lady coming around with a towel and I approach you and stuff like that, you'll be like, oh, there she goes again, So anyway, but just giving you guys ideas and stuff. But inventory, very, very important. Make sure also, remember, if you're selling online, you're going to be shipping a lot. Okay. That is not the time for you to run out of shipping labels. That's not the time for you to run out of shipping bags. It's not, or any of your shipping supplies. So this is the time for you to look at your shipping supplies. Make sure you have enough of your packaging, enough of your stickers, of your, labels for your shipping label machine, everything that you need. This is the time, look around your stores, look at everything that you use. Whenever you make a sale, make sure that you have plenty of it. So that way, when the sales come in, you can just rock and roll. Do what you got to do. The sale comes in, you print them out, line them up, and you do whatever. So, and this is the other thing too. When I talk about lining up, do you ever, make sure you have a process in place, okay? Know upfront how you're going to handle your sales, all right? I am one of those that I do my sales as they come, okay? As soon as I get a sale that comes in, You know, if I don't have it in stock, I work on it right away. Okay. But I'm at home. I'm at home right now. So I can take something and I can just throw it in the machine and I can have it stitched out. I have all the designs saved on my machines. Unless it's personalized, then of course I have to, you know, just do a couple of modifications and then put it in and do what I got to do. But you know, I'm at the point where I'm not getting like 10 sales a day. Okay, if I was getting 10 sales a day, then that's something else. I would have to come up with a whole other process. Okay, but right now I can work with the sales as they come. But I'll tell you what, last year I was getting a lot of them. Okay, so when I was getting the 5, 10 sales per day, I had to come up with a system, all right? And what I would do is I would say, okay, Jeanette, you know, that's when you really have to look at your listing, look at those processing times. Those processing times are very, very important, especially if you want to become an Etsy star seller, okay? They look at the processing times that you have defined and they make sure that, you know, they when you go and you print out the label and you put it in the mail and when the person receives it and everything, all that is being tracked. So you want to make sure that you are very realistic with your processing times. If you know what I usually do, what works for me is I kind of extend my processing times for the simple reason is that sometimes you don't know what's going on. You know, right now, as things are in my life, you know, I can get an order right now, and then as soon as I'm done with my life, I can just go ahead, hoop a towel, stick it in the machine, and I'm fine. Okay. But let's say, you know, if I had young kids or, you know, if I had school and I had to actually go to work and stuff like that, I can't do it like that. Okay. So I'm going to have to kind of like set up a time in my life where I can work on my orders. So that's why the processing time is really important. So if like, let's say something happened, okay, and you know, like I don't know what would happen. Okay, let's say my husband comes out and says, "Oh, we have to go out to dinner and meet some friends." Okay, and it's somewhere in Washington D.C. Well, what would happen is then, of course, you know that kind of in a way would kind of take most of my day because I would be like, okay, first of all, I would be asking who are we meeting, what restaurant, all that kind of stuff, and then I would have to figure out what I'm going to wear, and then you know the whole thing, right? And then driving over there, coming back, and all that kind of stuff. First of all, my whole day would be focused on that event, and then I'm not going to be wanting to sew and all that kind of stuff and throw myself in a shower and just put a dress on and go to the restaurant, right? Because it's like, it's not what I would do. So I would have to like rearrange my whole time. So, you know, processing time, very, very important. If you have your listing and stuff, look at those processing times. Be realistic on your processing times and and be flexible with them so that if something does happen, and you know you can't work on something right away, you have that buffer time. If you know the what's the worst thing that can happen, honestly, to me, this is how I see it. If I say that you buy something from me and it ships out 3 to 5 days, and let's say you buy it and I make it and I ship it to you the same day, that's golden. If anything, that's better for me because what happens is that the person that went and bought that towel understood that it wasn't going to ship for another 3 days, but I exceeded their expectation because what happened was I actually shipped it the same day, which means that they probably got it a lot sooner than they thought. So what would happen is, of course, if they decide to leave a review, most likely they're going to say super fast shipping. It was great. You know, they had a good experience, right? So, you know, it kind of helps out and everything. So make sure that, you know, you have all of that in your mind when you're thinking about it because, you know, before you know it, November and December are going to come. And you know how it is right after Thanksgiving, they have the Black Fridays and the sales. And then that's when everybody starts shopping and all that kind of stuff. So believe me, you guys are going to be busy. You guys are going to be really, really busy. Okay. Think about how you are also, this is something that a lot of people don't talk about. Think about your cutoff date. Okay. You know, a lot of people, when they buy gifts, especially during the Christmas time, they always want the gift to show up before Christmas. Okay. You have to be realistic. Okay. Because If somebody orders something from you on the 23rd, chances are they're not going to get it by the 25th. So you have to be very, you got to start thinking about how are you going to handle that? How, you're going to have to come up with a cutoff date. All right. You're going to have to somehow specify when people buy stuff from you. Okay. If by a certain date, if the order is not placed, chances are they're not going to be able to get that item by Christmas. That's something that is pretty common and sometimes very problematic for a lot of vendors. Okay. Because what happens is people will order something and then right away they're like, oh, they didn't get it for Christmas. Well, of course they didn't get it for Christmas. You ordered it on the 23rd. So, you may want to, because I am considering doing this myself, is updating the listings or sending out an email when somebody buys something from me, or not even when they buy something from me. I think I'll probably put it in the listing before they place the order, because if you don't want to deal with it after they place the order, and then you got to do a refund. Now that I'm thinking about it, you don't want to do that, so I'm going to do it in the listing. What I'm going to do is I'll probably put a disclaimer in there and I'll say all orders for Christmas, if you want an order to be delivered by Christmas, it has to be placed by a certain date. Okay. In order for me to be able to guarantee that, chances are your item's going to go there. The other thing too is sometimes, and this is going to be a little tricky, okay, because we all dealt with this with the pandemic. When the pandemic first hit, a lot of people were having problems with shipping issues, okay. As a seller, I can't control the post office, okay. So, just something to think about. I'm going to look more into it and stuff, but I am going to put something in there about, I cannot be responsible for the mailman's job, okay. I can only be responsible for making sure that when you order something, that it got sent out during the processing time. Okay. So, that's just something to think about, because it can happen. You know what I mean? So, I haven't had an issue with any of that, but believe me, it weighed on my mind last year, because I was getting a lot of orders, especially after like December 20th. And I was kind of like, I was like, I hope these folks know, but I never got a complaint, but I was kind of like, on the lookout for it. Right. And also, this is another thing too, is research items out there now. Okay. Research and see if you can find what are the hot sellers, or what are the potential hot sellers that people are starting to look at during the Christmas holidays. Okay. Because sometimes, you could be, what type of embroidery designs are people after, are pouches hot, or people looking for sewing things like little coin cases or something like that. Look to see, and what I would do is I would do the research, go on Etsy, look for bestsellers, look to see what items people have that people are really like harping on, that like you have like more than 20 people have this in their cart or something like that. Then it's kind of like, oh, okay, that seems to be a hot item. It's and see what sells, and then see if that's something that you can piggyback off of. Now I'm not saying copy completely, but what I'm saying is, if there's a shirt that sells, if you could sell a shirt that's pretty similar or something like that, you kind of make it your own in a way, do it. It's about competition, right? The other thing also is, very importantly, be honest with yourself. Know your limits. Okay. If you see that, there is, things are getting a little overwhelmed, it could be that you are doing too much, especially if it's just you. Okay. If you have people that help you with packaging and shipping and all that kind of stuff, then you're pretty good. With me, it's just me. Okay. I have other things that I do. I do the channel and stuff, and I actually do like to spend time with my dog and my husband and stuff like that. I don't want to spend my whole time in here. Even though I do enjoy it, because this is like a really good outlet for me, but I like to do other stuff too. So know your limits, be honest with yourself, and do what makes you comfortable. Okay. And this is what I usually do on my listings. If it's something that I have to make, I will usually, where you have the quantity, I don't put 20 or 30. Okay. I'll put 4 or 5 or 3 or 2, because it kind of limits the availability of my item. Okay. And if somebody buys it, great. Now, if I sell out, and I have time that I can make more, then I'll renew my listing and I'll put 2 more. Okay. But that's usually how I like to control my inventory. And that's usually a method that I use to control my time, because I don't want to be like, oh my God, somebody went and ordered 10 towels, and now I have to spend the whole day embroidering 10 towels and stuff like that. Dinner napkins, I usually have like 2, 4, 6, 8, and 12. But the dinner napkins are very, very simple. And I got to be honest, I really do enjoy making those, and I even have like new designs that I want to do. So, just know yourself, know your limits. Make sure you pace yourself well, okay? Because the last thing you want to do is during the holidays, everybody's out having a great time, enjoying themselves, and then you feel like crap because you have been busting your behind, behind embroidery machines, sewing, packaging, filling customer orders, and you're not even having fun. So, you gotta, take care of you. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's really what I'm trying to say here and stuff. Let me see what else. Oh, yes. Also, think about, because this is something that happened to me. Okay. It still happens to me sometimes. Think about mistakes that that could happen, how you plan on preventing them. Okay. Think about methods that you can use to do that. I talked last week about a mistake that I made when I sold my hats. Okay. Somebody bought 2 of the Latina hats, and I accidentally mailed out 1. Oh God, when she reached out to me, she told me I only got 1. I felt like crap because I know I did only put 1 in there. Okay. When I printed it out, the order, even though the order had 2, all I harped in on, the only thing I looked at was what's the item. And then it was like, okay, the Latina hat. And then I just took the Latina hat and I packaged it up, put it in the box with all the advertisement and everything, and shipped it out. I did not spend the time to actually really look in detail of the purchase. Okay. Now that is really important. That is a habit that I am going to have to adjust, because that's important, because some of the towels that I sell, I have a standard format, and then I also have a personalized format. So the last thing I want to do is make mistakes on those. Okay. So I've already come up with a solution for that. For every single order that I print out, I'm now going to have a highlighter. Okay. And my whole thing is you highlight the quantity and you highlight the name of the item. And the name of the item will tell me whether it's a standard or it's personalized. So that will force me to actually read the order completely. Okay. So I've already got, 2 highlighters, a pink and a yellow. And this is what I am going to do for every single order. Okay. Religiously. And that is going to prevent me from making that mistake. So when somebody places an order for a hat, and if they order 4 hats, I definitely am going to be highlighting that number. And that should ring in my head that it says number 4. If it doesn't, then that means I got other problems. Okay. So that means I'm probably going through some Alzheimer thing, or I don't know what the heck. Time for me to go to the doctor. Okay. Because Jeanette ain't focusing. I'm losing my focus. So it's time for me to make a doctor's appointment. So, it's something that I thought about. Okay. So think about, if you've made errors, okay, think about what was happening at the time that you made that error. Because to me, that's what went through my mind. I was like, okay, I printed out that order and I didn't even read the whole order. All I did was focus on the picture of the item. Oh, she wants a Latina hat, and I threw it in the box. Now I have these. Okay, so it's like I have it right in front of my workbook, and every order that comes out gets a highlight, and the highlight is going to force me to look at the name of the item, the number, the quantity, and see if it's personalized or not. So that's supposed to help me, hopefully. And I've also come up with a process too, to making sure that every item is packaged correctly. Okay, I usually use these blank, folding bags, and I'm gonna show you guys. Oh no, I'm not going anywhere, Mello. We're not going anywhere, honey. I just want to show. Okay, I usually use these to wrap my products. Okay, now sometimes people like they buy these work order envelopes. I don't, to me, it doesn't, it's like I prefer to just use this. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So what I'll do is this is where I wrap my kitchen towels. This is just a plastic little bag, that I use to ship my items. Well, I don't ship it in this, but I package it and then I put it in my shipping bag. But it's clear, right? So usually when I do a kitchen towel, what I will do is I will, embroider it. I iron the tender touch. I fold it up really nicely and everything, and then I put it in here. But while I am working on the kitchen towel, what I'll do is I'll put the work order in here along with my advertisement and the shipping label and everything. Right, Mello? That's what we do? Of course, yes. Because Mello, the supervisor, knows, right? Okay, so anyway, this is what I use. Instead of using like work order bags, or envelopes or whatever, this works fine. And then what happens is I just take all the paperwork out. I put the kitchen towel or the dinner napkins in here, and then I put the rest of the stuff, and then I just close it up and ship it. But I stack them, okay? And I usually have the oldest orders in the last, okay, at the bottom of the pile. I mean, no, I said that wrong. The oldest order, okay, let's say you ordered something and then the person behind you ordered something, your order will be on top, and then as the orders come in, I put it, behind it. And then, that's how I work, okay? Unless somebody calls me up and says, oh my God, I have a rush order. And I usually don't charge extra for a rush order. I've seen some people do that. They have a listing for a rush order, and they say if you want a rush order, you have to like add the item plus the rush order charge. I really haven't had that many people come up to me with that. I mean, I've had some people will email me and they'll say, hey, so somebody's birthday or whatever. And I just go, okay, I can mail it today. It's not a big deal. But I don't really charge that much. And the way I look at it is I got my processing times in there. And, if I can do it the same day, I'll do it. But if I can't and they send me the email and then they say, hey, I need it by this certain day, I'll just email the person back and I'll say, hey, I can't, the earliest I can get it out is this date. And I can't guarantee when it's actually going to get there because it's up to the post office. Let me know if you want a refund. And I'll refund the money. I'm fine with that. I mean, I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's no big deal. I'd rather handle it that way than to have them pissed off and, because they didn't get their item on time and then they leave you a bad review. Okay. And stuff. So it's just something that, let me see. I made a whole list of stuff too. Okay, we talked about the photos. We talked about descriptions. Oh, make sure you spell check. And I did tell you, make sure you do the details and everything. You got to review all your listings. You got to look at our inventory. Make sure you got all your packaging supply. Make sure that you are organized too. Set up, be organized. Be very organized, like set up your stations, like how you're going to handle orders and stuff like that. That way you're prepared and you're not like running all over the place. Things don't get lost and all that kind of stuff. You want to be organized and stuff. Filling orders and shipping them out. How you going to, talk about the process, how you're going to do that. Are you going to go to the post office every day, or are you going to have the mailman come to you? Me personally, how was I doing? Well, first of all, I was having the mailman come here. But what happened was one day, he didn't show up. So I kind of lost a little bit of faith in the mailman, okay? Because it was like I had like 3 orders. And I did them that day. They weren't late or anything, but I put them in the post, the mailman, the mailbox at home, and the guy never showed. So I was just like, what happened? So I don't know if he skipped my house or did I miss him? I don't know. But it was already like close to 5 o'clock, and there was just no way that I was going to get to that post office, by the time they closed, So I had to go the next day. So that kind of like, I was just like, so I kind of like was like, all right, Jeanette, just you do things yourself, they get done, So I just, ever since then, I've been going there. And, I just put it in QuickBooks when I go to the post office to deliver it, because, you write that off. That's mileage. Okay. So you write that off in QuickBooks because it's mileage, for business. So, okay. And then I told you, be honest with yourself, know your limits. Okay. Because you got to remember, especially, I know that we're probably some of us are doing this for extra money and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like, well, I don't know. For me anyway. I mean, I don't know. Some people could probably doing it because they need a meal. I don't know, but for me, I'm just doing this because it's just something extra. Because you guys know, as I talked about before, I usually use this as a way to help pay for my son's housing while he's in school. And if it works, it's great. And if it doesn't, and that's all right. Hell, a little chump change, right? So whatever, learn from your past mistakes. Like I said, I made a error with that hat order. Learn from it. Learn how you're going to handle those mistakes too. Let me see. How you're going to handle it and stuff. And then set a goal for yourself too. Set a nice goal for yourself. Look. One of the things that I like to do. And I guess it's because of my job too, because I analyze. I love to analyze data. Okay. I love numbers and analyzing data because I feel that tells a story, I look for trends and all that kind of stuff. Right. So anyway, I do that at work all day. So when I look at my Etsy shop, I kind of look at it the same way. Right. I like to pull the data from the time that I first opened my shop to where I am today. And I like to see how the sales go. Like what are my busy months? What are my slow months? What is it that I did this year compared to last year? Okay. If I see that there was a change in the data, like, last year, I only did this much amount of sales in this month. And then this year I did this much sales this at the same month, and it's only a year difference. What was it that I did different? Did I offer a different product? Is it that something happened or whatever? I'm a trend. I love trends anyway. Looking at data. So I like to look at that, and then at the same time, I like to see how much did I improve, and then I like to set up a goal, right? And I don't mind sharing my data. Last year, I made $5,900 on the Etsy shop, and I looked at the sales from all of the months. Now, last year, out of all of the months, there were only like 3 months where I made sales of over 1,000, right? So I'm kind of like, okay, that's pretty good. All right. This year though, I have already made so far, we're not even at the end of the year, I've made $5,900 worth of sales. Now, so far, I have been making since May, I have been making close to, $1,000 of sales, right? So like last month, August, I made 1015. In July, I made 1231, and then June 1430. So far for the last 3 months, I've been averaging over $1,000 in sales. So I'm like, okay, that's not bad. Okay. Now let me tell you about the year before. The year before, this is sad. Okay. The year before in September, I only made $168. In August, 582. July, 253. So I more than doubled my sales this year. Now, when I'm looking at my Etsy shop of where I was last year and where I am this year, I do notice that it's a change in the products, okay? Last year, my products were pretty kind of like on the plain side. This year, I kind of got a little more into making my own little designs, like, buying different embroidery files, mixing them up and making my own little designs and everything in there. And then I also started to do a little more of the dinner napkins and offering different more types of designs on the dinner napkins. So I feel that probably helped my sales a lot. And I think also what happens is, as you grow in your sales, okay, people, when they start looking at a shop, I feel that if you have a little bit of sales, they may sometimes, and I'm not sure, I mean, I could be wrong, maybe they see just a little bit of sales and then they could kind of be like, oh, I don't know. Then versus if they have another shop that maybe had more sales and maybe they'll feel more confident. I don't know. I'm just guessing, okay? Because I mean, hell, you got to remember, I started from zero also, okay? So, I'm sure in time, I grew. I did hit 1,000 sales this year. This year I hit, and it's just recent too that I hit 1,000. Okay, I think I'm at like 1,017 maybe, or 1,007, something like that. I don't know, but I just recently hit the 1,000 sales mark, and this month I hit the Etsy Star Seller. Okay, so it's kind of funny too because they say you're supposed to get a badge. I look at my Etsy shop. I don't know if I don't see it because I'm the owner of the store, but maybe if other people go in and they go to my store, maybe they see it. I don't know. Supposedly they say that you're going to have all these advantages from being an Etsy Star Seller. I don't know. I haven't seen anything. I know they said I'm on the list, but I haven't really seen anything, so I don't know. But I don't know. We'll see. So, I have a feeling that this year, so far I'm at 5,900. We have about 3 months left. The Christmas hasn't even hit yet. I think my guess is I will exceed last year's sales. Last year was at 69. I'm already at 59. I think that if anything, I'll probably exceed it. I'll probably make more than 7,000. I'm predicting. I think I should, especially if I keep going the way I'm going, because right now I'm averaging $1,000 a month. I don't think I'll hit 10,000. If I do, wow. But I don't think so. I'm predicting probably maybe, I don't know, 7,500 maybe. I don't know. Something like that, which I'm okay with because like I said, this is just something that right now I am just exploring, okay? Because I'm not going to retire for another 4 years. And then when I retire, then this will be my full-time gig, okay? So, it's just something that, whatever. Anyway, just want to share with you guys. and stuff. But we'll see how it goes and stuff. But I wanted to share those tips for you because you know the holidays are coming up. This is a time to really start beefing up your stuff, so that way you know you can get yourself in a position to try to be as successful as you possibly can. And also you don't want it to be a stressful time either. You want to enjoy it, you know, and stuff. So I'm going to go down the list and stuff to say hi to everybody and stuff. Let me see who's here. I see Cheryl's on. Hey Mary, Portia. Hey Robin. Hey Carol, how are you? I see Trisha and Iris. And if you guys have questions, please pop it up. Hey, Barb. Hey, Miss Max. How you doing? Hey, Ozzy. How are you? Eartha. I see Eartha on there. Hey, Joanne. And I see William and Linda. Hey, Carol. A lot of people from Florida. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Vida. Hey, Claire. Oh, everybody's just saying hi. No questions and stuff. I hope you guys were okay with today's topic and stuff. You know, I'm always trying because I just kind of like want these Fridays to be where I can share knowledge with you guys too, you know, and stuff. And sometimes I kind of worry because I sometimes I wonder if this helps or not, but I just hope it does. Hey, Denise and Sassy. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Norma. I see Wilma, Cece, Wilma, let's see, Karen. Hey, crafty Puerto Rican, Boricua. Hey, Miss Salmon, Miss Diaz. Good sister. Okay, let me see. Hey, Lucho, Leslie, Miss Hudson, Lisa. Hey, Ronnie and Shirley. See, Iris. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up. Oh, yes. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Right, Mello? He's been so good today, right? Oh, my God. What's wrong with you? He must have ate my shoe or something. He must have did something. Jeanette, can you please do a video on how to organize your files? Mine are all over the place. Hey, Iris. I will, yeah, I'll try to do one. You know, let me tell you, Iris, I'm going to be straight up honest with you. Sometimes you can start organizing your files, but as you start buying more files and stuff like that, it could end up becoming a mess. So really, honestly, the way I do it is I have to take some time off of the schedule and everything, like no embroidering, no anything, and just sit at the computer, look at each of the files. I rename them a lot. That's one of the things that helps me a lot, because sometimes when you buy the files, sometimes they have real funky names, right? Like they'll just have like letters and numbers, and the file name is never even associated with the design of the actual file that you bought, okay? So I like to rename my files to what the design is about. And then I like to make a bunch of folders. And like, let's say an example would be, let's say I buy something for kitchen towels, right? It's in a design that I'm going to use. I will create a folder that says kitchen towels. I rename the design to the actual description, a little description of what it is. And then what I'll do is I'll put it under kitchen towel, you know, and stuff like that. So that's usually what I do, just to help organize. It does get messy. Another method that I do is I will take a USB, right? And this is for all my new stuff that I buy, right? I'll just go ahead, and when I download on the computer, I also put it on here. And then I know this is my new stuff. This is stuff that I did not file away. And then what I'll do is I will plug this back in, and I'll relook at it, rename it, and then I'll copy it over to the place. Another thing that I do have to tell you about, Iris, is make sure you back up your stuff, because there is just no way that you're going to remember every website where you bought every embroidery file from, because they're all over the place, okay? So, you know, I have this. I bought one of these, which is my passport. It's like an external drive. And this is where I have everything. Now, usually what I'll do is I'll wipe this clean and then I go into my MacBook where I have all my folders and I'll just copy everything and I'll put it on here because that way I know I have everything updated, okay? Or if I don't want to do that, I'll take things from here and I'll put them on here. But this is my baby, okay? So God forbid this house burns down, I'm taking this with me, okay? So that way I'll be like, all right, the embroidery machines and everything are all covered by insurance. But this, I mean, you know, if you really think about it, you know how much money you spend on these files? I mean, I know the files are kind of inexpensive when you go and you buy them. You know, sometimes you can buy them for like $1, sometimes $2, $3, or whatever. But the thing is, let's be honest, you buy a lot of them, okay? Because I cannot tell you how many times I have gone to a website and I'm looking around and I go, oh my God, that's so cute. That's cute. I like that. Oh, I can do something with that. And then I ended up with, it's all in my cart. And then I buy it and then it's just stored. But I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes I buy files and I don't even use them. But there have been times when I have a customer come up to me, like the one from the lady that she wanted the kitchen towels with the saying in Indian, right, in her language. And I had that, I just had the language. She gave me to me in writing, and I had the digitizer just digitize her the writing in it was an Indian language. The flower, the lily, was an actual flower that, you know, I bought, and I only used it once, but it gave me an opportunity to use it again. And I was just like, look at that. You know, so you just never know. I mean, sometimes you'll be collecting files and stuff, and I like to kind of like also put them in little categories, you know, like you can do Iris, like do one that says flowers, vases, kids designs, fonts, you know, make little folders and stuff, and then, you know, rename the files and then just put them in those folders and stuff like that, and then, you know, something like that. But you know, I can do a video and I can give you guys ideas on how to do that and stuff like that, and it'll be fine. Hey, Walk by Faith, how you doing? Hey, Nancy, how are you? We are all human and make mistakes. As long as you improve yourself, you can always get better. Love you, sis. That's my sister. Yeah, everybody say hi to Nancy. That's my sister. So, and yes, I mean, and she is so true because she tells me that all the time. Because sometimes I'll call her and I'll be like, girl, I messed up. She's like, that's all right. We all mess up. It's kind of funny. We have a unique family. You can say. Hey, Harmony, how are you? Hey, Barb. Let me see. Oh, it's good. All right. Any other questions? Please throw it out there. And you know what? I am going to write that down, Iris, because a video on file organization, that would be a really good one to do because, you know, there's a lot of different methods also. And you also got to think about the different computers that people have. You know, like some people are Windows. I'm a Mac girl. I'm Apple all the way. We used to be Windows. But then I got pissed off because with our Windows machines, I used to buy Dell and all that kind of stuff a lot. Every 3 years, we had to buy a new computer, right? And then my cousin Betty had a MacBook, okay, which is like, I think older than, oh God, real old. I mean, her MacBook is old and it's always working. So that's what convinced me to go to Apple, you know, because I was just like, really, you know, I mean, I think that MacBook she got when she was in college, and she just retired as a principal. So I think she's had that MacBook for over 15 years and it's still working. So, and we were always getting new machines here. So I was just like, so we, you know, we're Apple all the way. So, but I can do one and show you guys because, you know, I'm sure it's similar, you know. In Mac, they call it a Finder, and then in Windows, they do Explorer. So, you know, hi, Harmony. Sorry to hear your loved one. Oh, Harmony, I'm sorry. Oh, Harmony, I hope things are okay. If you need anything, let me know, please. and stuff. Oh, hope everything turns out okay and stuff. Seriously though, guys, this COVID thing is like, it's really like, I've had several I've known several people that unfortunately have passed from it, and some that have gotten it, and it's like no joke. I mean, it's like ugh. Which in a way I'm pretty grateful, because right now I'm getting close to, I think it is, no, it is over a year that we've been teleworking full time. And I am pretty grateful that where I work right now, they are very understanding about the situation that's happening right now, and they're allowing us to continue to work full time. I don't know how long it'll last, but I'm hoping, and stuff. Um, oh, Sarah, yep. That is a big debate, because a lot of the kids are going back to school, and they're, the kids, of course, they, I mean, what are you gonna do, Hey, Zola, how are you, hon? How are you? Because it's nice. Okay, I'm doing it because I need something to do. It's nice, and I can make a lot of money, and it doesn't. If it doesn't, it's okay too. Zola, I feel the same way. I mean, I have to, and I think what it is too, guys, is, I got into sewing when my son was in his last year of high school. Because for those of you guys that have very, very young kids, I'm going to tell you right now, hug them while you can. I'm telling you, hug them, give them kisses and everything. But those little kids are going to turn to teenagers. And, it's not that they turn into bad people. It's just they grow up, they grow up, all right? And they become their own individuals. And, it's not that you're not cool, but it's just that they're teenagers now. They become young adults, and they have their own minds and stuff like that. And they want to explore the world. So, it's the relationship changes a little bit. Okay. So, which is okay, and I kind of like saw that with my son. He was growing up, and, he wanted to go hang out at the football games, and he wanted to be with his friends and all that kind of stuff. So, when he was real little, we used to go to the basement a lot. We used to have movie night on Fridays and Saturdays, and we would have an air mattress on the floor, and I would get popcorn and everything, and we would watch the free movies. Because, I was a single mom back then, so, I was real tight on the money. So, Comcast used to have free movies. So Carlito, I would tell Carlito, go pick a free movie, okay? And, and we would spend Friday and Saturday night eating popcorn and watching movies, scary movies and all that kind of stuff, and having fun, mother-son time. But as, he became a teenager. So he became a teenager, he doesn't want to eat popcorn and watch movies on his time. So the relationship kind of changed, So I needed something to do too. Okay. So I, just like you, give you something to do. So I bought a sewing machine, and I said, okay. And then I started watching the Crafty Gemini, Vanessa. And it's because of her that I started learning how to sew. And I started liking to sew. I really did. And it was kind of funny, because then I got my sister Nancy into sewing too. So now she's got the brother machine too. She got the HC 1865, something like that. I don't know. Nancy will type it. It's the first one that I got. She got that. So then I went and I got into the embroidering and all that kind of stuff and everything. So it's, it kind of gave me something to do also. And you're right. You started making money, because after a while, it's like you make all this stuff. How much stuff can you possibly make for yourself? Right. It's like, I mean, I could make like so many kitchen towels, right? I have sent so many kitchen towels to my mother that I kind of laughed when I went to visit her the last time, because like you walk into her kitchen and she's got every kitchen towel that I made her in display. And I'm like, okay, you only need to put one, but she's got all of them there. So I kind of laugh, because I'm like, I make the kitchen towels so I can end up being the same way, like I'll have one on the dishwasher, I have one on the refrigerator, I have one on the stove. So it's like, okay, so you sell them. People like what you do when you sell them. You make some extra money on the side, and now it's actually really helpful because now that Carlito's at VCU, and he's I got to pay for his dorm and all that kind of stuff. It's like with the money that I make with the Etsy, I mean, it's been actually really great because with all the money that I made with Etsy, I've been able to pay his dorm in full, and be able to even send him extra money for food or whatever and stuff. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, that's why Mello came here too, because now Mello's the baby. A dog is great because those are babies that never grow up. They're like forever, like your kids. So but yeah. Anyway, so a little change can make a big difference. Yeah, my daughter just got over COVID. Found out today my brother I missed that. Aw. Wow, so I guess the COVID thing is really spreading. Oh man, that's ugh. And I thought things were gonna get better. Oh boy. Yeah, guys, gotta be careful out there. Be real careful. My orders are very slow, and I'm promoting through Facebook, family, and friends right now. I don't get enough. How you doing, sweetie? Oh, he's got his little toy. I don't get enough orders to warrant getting an Etsy account just yet. Hope it picks up soon. Tammy, an Etsy account does not cost anything, okay? So you may want to think about that. Yes, Mello, I see you. You may want to think about that. The only cost in opening up an Etsy shop is when you list the item, and it's 20 cents for every item that you list. So if I were you, I would kind of look into it. And if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll help. Hey, Barb, I see the star emblem next to your name on Etsy. Oh, you do? Okay, yeah, because when I look up myself, Barb, on Etsy, I don't see the star emblem. So I guess, yeah, because they did send me a notice to tell me that I made the Etsy star seller list. This guy wants to play. I'm gonna ignore him and stuff. So, and I'm kind of glad that he got his little doggy toy, because my sister bought him a snake, which he runs around the house all over the place, and it has squeaky toys, and it drives me crazy. It's a good going, Nancy. Love that toy. Let's see. I need more of business cards to give out. All right, Nancy, I'll mail them to you. Star Seller is under your shop name. Yeah. Oh, great. Oh my God. Thanks. Good job on the Star Seller. Don't surprise me a bit. Many years to get that 1K. Yeah, it took me 3 years. Craft show, so typically a big course. You rate that. I enjoyed today's topic. Oh, thanks, Iris. Appreciate that. Mello must have ate a shoe. I've lost already 2 pairs of shoes because of Mello, let me tell you. And I get mad because I buy the Bionic shoes, and those are pretty expensive, but they were old anyway. So, wearing a plain t-shirt. Needless to say, when Mom came to her, unicorn stitched it out. I will say, not that I'm, I don't know, with Carlito, he's going to be in school for a long time because he wants to go to medical school. And it's not that I'm saying it's a bad thing. I think it's great. But, I have to admit, it's like I feel like I'm missing out on stuff because everybody's like, oh, I do embroidery for my grandchildren, right? And the way my son's going right now, I don't know where I'm going to get any grandkids. So I'm not that I'm rushing them or anything, I'm glad that he seems to have a good head on his shoulder, because his whole thing, when me and him talk about it, he's like, I want to finish school, I want to be stable, and he is pretty particular about who he dates and stuff, which I'm happy for, because one of the things that I told him is you got to make sure that they're bringing something at the table, just like you're bringing something at the table. Because I tell them it ain't all about that other person bringing stuff on the table. You have to look at yourself and what do you got to offer also. So, and it's, I'm always talking to him about, last thing you want to do is marry the wrong person, even though I don't think anybody ever does it on purpose and stuff like that. Shit happens, But anyway, you do the best you can, But I don't know when I'm going to have grandkids. It's like, oh, well. I purchased the external drive and you love it. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. I'm glad you like it. I'm telling you, this is pretty good. And there's a lot of space on it. And I have a lot of my embroidery files on it. And I always have it someplace in the table because if we ever have to run out of this house, this is what's coming with me. Because there is no way I can replace this. And there's no way I'm going to remember all the websites where I bought my embroidery files from and stuff. So, I have a question. Do you delete older, okay. No, Zola, okay. What I do is I deactivate them, but I don't delete them. And I want to make sure I want to make over my Etsy and delete old things. So I don't delete them. And you know why? Because to me, well, like I said, what I do professionally is I research a lot of data, okay? And the reason why I don't like deleting any of my old listings is for the simple fact is I always want to see the history of my shop, okay? This is something that you may want to think about. If you're deleting a listing, there's a reason, right? Maybe it didn't sell or it's not getting enough views or anything like that, right? I would just archive it for the simple fact that it's always there for you to look at later. And then as you start to grow and you develop your listing and if you become better, you can go back and and you can improve that listing. Or you can, sometimes as time goes on, you forget the mistakes you've made in the past. You could come out and say, oh, well, let me look at this listing. Why didn't this listing work? And it kind of can help you. I don't know if I'm making sense to you, but I guess what it is with the way I work and my job is I'm not into, we archive. We archive because I like to look at old data because I just feel, at my job, it's like data tells a story. Okay. It's just like, it tells you a story. You're looking for trends. You're looking for that underlying story. Okay. Just like when now I'm going to get technical with you guys, okay? Like we're looking at an IT system, okay? And then I'm looking at the data on how the data is being utilized. What worked? What didn't work? Why did it work? Why didn't it work? Where did we spend the money? Did we get the best value of return on investment? All that kind of crap, right? So it's the same thing. That's how I look at all my listings. There are listings, Zola, that I do have in my Etsy shop that, like I was saying before, sometimes you can make something and you think it's great and then you didn't sell not one, okay? And sometimes you didn't do anything wrong. It's just that it's just not selling right then, okay? And then sometimes you can create something and then you think that it's just blah. Like a perfect example, Father's Day, okay? I showed you guys the pocket pillows. I mean, they were so simple. I have other pillows on my Etsy shop where I done embroidery. I embroidered the person's name on it with a beautiful flower or art and stuff like that. Beautiful file. And I would sell one or two. The Father's Day pillow was heat vinyl transfer, plain words, and I sold 30. I sold out, okay? I actually had to go to the vendor to order 50 more pillows because I have a feeling that plain pillow will probably sell out for Christmas. So now I have like 50 waiting, okay? So sometimes, it's a hit and miss. But me personally, I wouldn't delete it. I would just deactivate it because you really want to, you know, you know that that's a listing that you tried, it didn't work. And the thing is, you know, I would probably want to look at it and try to ask the questions, why didn't it work? Maybe the description, maybe it just wasn't a seller at a time. I don't know. I mean, I hope that helps a little bit, you know. Thanks for the tips. I don't have, just sell by word of mouth. This past month, I was stocking up on blanks and packaging mania, preparing for the holidays. Yes, Trisha, that's what I'm doing too. I'm preparing for the holidays because, and I get a lot of bulk sales. That's the other thing too. The sales that I get from word of mouth around where I live, a lot of it is bulk sales. Like, and these people, when they come to me, they don't just want one towel. I mean, they be like, can I get 10? Can I get 15? And I'm kind of like, okay. You know, I mean, you know, I don't say no, it's money, you know. But the thing is, it takes a long time to make all these towels. It really is. It's very, you know, oh, thank you for the super chat. Oh, thank you. It takes a long time to make all this stuff. So, you know, I do, you know, and that's the other thing too. If, you know, think about that for the holidays, because I know that's going to happen to me. Okay. You got your Etsy shop or whatever website you got, you're taking orders from there. Okay. Then what's going to happen is you have those people that know you by word of mouth. Guess what? They're going to be like, oh, I want to do a Christmas gift, Jeanette. And then next thing you know, I'm taking orders from the people that live around here. So I got to learn how to balance all of that. Now, I was going to set up a Shopify because I'm starting another business, and I want to call it Latina Stitches and Company. And I was going to launch that. I decided that what I'm going to do is I am still going to launch it, but I am going to launch it after the holidays. For me to do that right now, it's going to be too much because the holidays are coming, and I'm going to have to work on the orders that are coming in for the holidays, and I'm probably going to have to work on local orders that I get from friends and family around here. So, you know, I mean, just something, you know, for you guys to think about, like I was telling you guys, you know, about, you know your limits. That to me, I knew was a limit, because my thing is I wanted to do more. I wanted to, you know, look at another platform to also sell from. And, you know, I can go, you know, there's only so much you can do. I'm only one person. Okay. So if my sister Nancy would leave Florida and she would live in Virginia, then she could help me, you know, but she doesn't want to leave Florida because she likes the Sunshine State. So what can I do? I'm stuck doing this on my own, you know. It's just, so anyway. But Trisha, yeah, this is the time to stock up. Let's see. What is JoJo? What's JoJo? I don't know what JoJo is. Okay, I haven't seen Coco Mello yet. Grandma needs to catch up with the new cartoons. I don't get that. Hey, thanks, Jeanette. Everyone has recovered. We are only one so sick, and I know she'll be okay. Thanks. Harmony, I'm glad. There you go. Yep, my sister has the brother. It's the HC 1890. Oh, it's Laura. If you guys haven't seen her channel is really, really good and stuff. Nummaker. She has, and Laura, I gotta give you a shout out, man. You I gotta show you something. Wait, I'll be right back. I did this because of you. She has a series, and girl, I watched your channel, okay? Placemats, okay? She did a video on placemats, and I gotta show you my placemat because I did this because of you. You did a placemat. You get these placemats from Walmart, and you just fold it, and she did a video on sewing, and I was putting all my my things in here, and then you just roll it up. So I watch you, and I love your channel. I'm telling you, you have the most awesome stuff. So you guys, if you guys haven't seen her channel, You should really check it out because she's good. I mean, she's got so many videos and stuff. And she has a whole bunch on how to sew placemats. I think she does one with a wallet. She does one with the carrier. She does one as a project bag. So, girl, yeah, I watch you. And thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. And stuff. Hey, Mary. Hey, Celie. Oh, let me see. I love watching Lori. Yep, Lori's awesome. Love it. You rocked it. Yeah, I mean, I love this thing too. I have it hanging on my back and stuff. So, but I love your channel. I mean, I think it is so awesome the things you do. And so, and I got my sawgrass sublimation printer and stuff, but I didn't get the big one that you have. I think you have the one that does the 8x11. I got the 600, the one that does the 8x11. I think you got the one that does the bigger paper. I'm not sure and stuff. I watch you too. Oh, thanks. And stuff. Oh my God, I feel like, you know, like a star's watching me. That's like so cool and stuff. Oh my goodness. Everybody loves you, Lori. Everybody loves you. Hey, Eve. Oh my God, another one. Yep. Hey, Eve. I don't know if you know, but Lori's on. Stuff. Oh my God, this is like so cool. And Eve is the one that I always watch for the embroidery. I mean, I love her channel. I mean, it's like so cool and stuff. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, holidays are coming, guys. So we have to, you gotta prepare mentally and everything. So to me, I look at it like this is really my advice for you know, the holidays coming up. If you do the homework now and you really you know, stock up on everything and stuff, and you know, you're mentally like, it's coming, and then just do it. Just do it. And most importantly too, while you're filling those orders and stuff, just I don't know, just enjoy it. Have fun making the orders. Like one of the things that I like to do is like when people order the kitchen towels and they order like the dinner napkins and stuff, you know, those things are personalized, right? And sometimes it's like I have to embroider a person's name. And I gotta be honest, when I do them and I'm sewing it, I'm actually, you know, I don't know the person, but it's kind of like I'm thinking about them. And it's kind of like, you know, I really, for me, I feel like I want to make it really nice because what goes through my mind is the person's face when they open it and they see this with their name on it. You know, I always talk about, and yeah, here we go again. Yes, Harmony. Like the feeling that I got when Harmony gave me my face mask. Okay. That's like, it's special. It really, really is. So I know that when I make these personalized gifts for people, it really does something to them. And to know that, you know, you're a part of that you're actually helping to make that, that's kind of awesome to me. You know, I don't know. It's just awesome. So I think it's like so cool, you know. So anyway, I hope you guys like today's topic and stuff. That's like so cool. Oh my God, that is like so cool having Lori and Eve here. I'm like, wow. I'm like, wow. I'm like excited that you guys are on. Oh my goodness, that's like so cool. Wow. Oh my God. Eve, what's your channel? Oh, her channel is the Baby Booty. That's Eve's channel. And stuff. And her channel and Lori's channel are so awesome and stuff. Oh my God. That's like, oh, you guys made my day. The both of you on my channel. Wow. Wow. You guys like watching me. Wow. Anyway. Anyway, I hope that you know, tonight that the information that I gave you guys was pretty helpful. You know, like I said, every Friday at 8 o'clock, one of the things that I really want to do is, you know, even though this whole hour is supposed to be about having a good time, I want to really share information, you know, with you guys. So I always like to research and everything like that. And just like, you know, I teach you guys, you know, I kind of learned from all of you guys as well. So, you know, the holidays are coming. It's before you know it, we're gonna have Christmas and Thanksgiving. So this is really the best time to really prepare. It really, really is. And if you guys have ideas also about, you know, things that you can do to prepare, you know, I have the Facebook group that's called Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures. Post them, share them. Oh, and another thing I wanted to mention, I did post on the Facebook group. There was a great article on thread and the microwave. Okay, I recently did a video on how to make the cozy, the bowl cozies, right? And someone had asked me about the thread and the microwave. I don't put my bowl cozies in the microwave when I make them because I actually sometimes sew with my own embroidery thread also because I like to sometimes match thread with the actual fabric. And sometimes I find that the thread's already here and they work just as good. But you should not use polyester thread in a microwave. It's just not good. You're supposed to always make sure that it's all 100% cotton and stuff. So they had a whole article on what's the best thread to use if you are, you know, sewing a product that you want to put in the microwave. One of the things that I was thinking about doing was rice bags. That's a pretty inexpensive, quick way to do it. I'll do a video on that. It's just, you know, little square. You put white rice in there and you just sew it up. A lot of people like to put them on the microwave and they use them as hand warmers. Sometimes they put them in the freezer and they use them as like ice packs. Real quick. So I was thinking of doing a quick video showing you guys that, you know, because I figured for Christmas, that's cute knick-knack gift to give, you know, throw it in somebody's stocking and stuff and just give them a little rice bag. So, you know, I thought I'll probably do that this weekend and then I'll just, because that's a real quick video. That's like real quick, just 2 little pieces of fabric, sew it together, throw some rice in there and then sew it shut. So anyway, but you can do quick, cute little designs, do a little circle, a star, a heart or something like that, and use fun fabrics too. So anyway, but guys, I am going to call it the night because it is like 9:30 already. And Melo's been pretty patient. He's been pretty good and stuff. So I'm going to go to the backyard and play with the light with him because I always like to do a little red light with him because that way he gets to run around and he's pretty tired. And then it's night-night. Right, Melo? You want to say goodbye? No? Okay, so he's not going to say goodbye. He's just he's just laying there looking at me and stuff. So anyway, guys, but Lori, everybody, Eve and everyone, thank you so much for supporting and watching me tonight. Love you guys. Please be safe out there. Oh, I see. So cutoff dates. Yes, Zola, I do have cutoff dates. Zola asked a really good question. I just saw it. She said, do I have cutoff dates for the Christmas? Okay. Zola asked, what should the Christmas cutoff be? Okay, Zola, one of the things that you have to think about is the shipping, right? You got your processing time. So usually what you can do, and this is something that I plan on doing, is I'm on all my listings on Etsy, I'm going to actually put a disclaimer at the bottom and say, be aware that orders made after December 19th or December 20th cannot guarantee delivery to recipient by December 25th. You can just put a little sign in there, okay? Just a little line in there and stuff like that. Because the way I look at it is, this is how I see it. First of all, when you have your listing, you have a processing time. So when people are buying it, they should really know. And even when you are looking at an item, right? If you go on Etsy and you look at an item, it'll say, expected delivery date, the ship date, the day that something's going to be shipped out, and then delivery date, expected, okay, expected. So, there's nothing wrong with putting something in there, okay, that says, if you want something ordered it has to be, I usually put December 20. That's what I usually do, December 20. After December 20, I cannot guarantee that item is going to be delivered by the 25th. And this is the other thing that you guys got to remember too, and customers as well. The post office is not just delivering your orders. They're delivering lots of orders. This is the one time of the year that I feel so sorry for everybody that works for the postal service, because they are working 24/7, because you're talking about they're delivering items from stores, from people, the regular mail. And, especially like with the pandemic where a lot of people are not really visiting other people, what they're doing is they're sending more gifts. So, it's very, very busy. So what I'm planning on doing, me personally, for my listings, is I'm going to put a little line in there, and I'll show it. I'll share it with you, Zola. That's just going to say something simple like, orders placed after December 20 cannot guarantee delivery. And so, but really think about, can we ever guarantee delivery? Because once it leaves, maybe that's not, I don't know. It's like once it leaves you, we can't control the post office. So, or, I know there's some kind of wording. So I'm going to look into it, Zola, and I will post it on our Facebook group. I know there's got to be some kind of wording where we can put down something about that we're not, that we're not responsible for post office. I remember a lot of people were complaining about that when the COVID hit and stuff like that. So anyway, but guys, I am going to call it the night. Zola, don't worry. I will work on some type of wording and stuff, and I'll do some research and see what people are putting out there for that and stuff, because believe me, everybody's going to want that too and stuff. So you guys have a great night and stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that the information that I shared with you guys helped, gave you something to think about and stuff, so that you guys can prepare yourself for the holidays that are coming up. So you guys, please be safe. And as always, I appreciate you guys really tuning in and stuff. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And if you have anything that you want me to explore or research or do a video on, please just reach out to me and let me know. And if you're not part of my Facebook group, I have a Facebook group that's called Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures. Please join. It's a great group. I love it because it's just a bunch of people just helping each other out and sharing information and, just exploring the world of sewing and crafting and embroidery. Okay. So you guys have a great night. Be safe, and I'll see you guys next Friday. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Have a good night.